Vaughn and I'm back officially. We are back posting videos on YouTube. You guys know I have been missing in action for a minute. What was supposed to be just a month-long break turned into 2 months, I believe. So I just want to thank you guys so much for sticking around and being patient, checking in on me. There was definitely some things going on and we're going to talk about that in this video. Let's just go ahead and start with the elephant in the room in terms of why I have been absent from YouTube. I had made an announcement on my community tab, weeks ago. It was still warm outside, and I was telling you guys that I was going to be leaving for a little while. I didn't go into any sort of detail. I didn't want you guys to worry about me, but I definitely needed a break. What it really boiled down to was just an overwhelming amount of stress in my life. You guys know I am a special needs parent and I'm a first-time parent, so all these sort of firsts, and it's been really hard on me. Like, every stage of my daughter's life introduces new challenges for me. Where we are now is, she just turned 5 and she's kind of like at that school age, not quite because her birthday was after this year's school year, but she's at the age, where there's all these academic expectations of her, and it's time to make a decision about her education and what school she's gonna go to and how we're going to approach that. And it has been really stressing me out. It has been sending me through the ringer. On top of that, which we'll get into more later, but on top of that, my husband has been absent as well. Not in a bad way, right? We're not, going through any marriage problems or anything, but he has started a new position at work, and honestly, we knew that this was going to be happening. We knew that the new position would entail him being away a lot more, but honey, you don't feel it until you feel it, okay? He's in a training program, kind of like an academy kind of training. It kind of feels like boot camp, and he's gone most of the time, right? Like, he has to be out the door by 4 a.m. every day, and then when he gets home, because the training is so intense and because he's tired, he sleeps. So I had not really had a chance to really talk with my husband the way that we used to. We hadn't gone on any dates. We hadn't been able to do much of anything together like what we're used to doing, and it really started to take a toll on me. And the fact of being busy with editing and filming and trying to do all this stuff, I wasn't able to do that, plus manage my feelings and stress levels behind the scenes. And to be honest, just frankly, all the time that I did have, I didn't want to spend it editing videos. I wanted to spend it, trying to be around my husband, trying to figure things out, as far as my daughter. So for some of you who guessed it, oh, she must be stressed out. Yes, I was stressed out, honey. And I was just like, you know what? I need to step away for a second. I need to recalibrate. I feel like anyone who's like living their life in the public eye to any degree, whether you're a social media influencer or a politician or a celebrity, it can take a toll on you emotionally because, it's not about being fake or whatever, because I'm probably one of the realest people and I know that, right? So it's not about being fake. It's about having to curate your life and the things that you want to share. And the nature of curating is deciding what to put where. You have to kind of be in a positive mindset, you don't want to come on here and depress other people. You don't want to unload your baggage onto other people. At least that's for me, even in my personal life, like I don't like doing that to people. And so I didn't want to come on here and be all doom and gloom and always wondering if Anthony is okay, if he's going to get injured, because the training is very intense. And in fact, he's gotten hurt a couple times, like at least 2 or 3 times he's gotten hurt to the point of having to go to a doctor. And I hope I don't get him in trouble by saying that, but it's an intense physical challenge, and also emotionally and all of that. So I've had to be there for him, all right, in that way. And just being present here and doing that, it wasn't gonna work out. And not to mention the fact that I can't even really talk to you guys about what he's doing. So it really made no sense to be on here. I had nothing to talk about, So I just decided to just take some time, get myself together mentally, my mental health, okay? During my time away, I was still very active because I'm a creative, right? So I need to create, I need to share. So I've still been really active on my Instagram page. I know a lot of you ladies don't have Instagram, but I was over there doing a lot, posting still, because it was easier to post there than here, right? We're talking a photo or a 2-second video clip on my Instagram story. It's a lot easier to still kind of maintain my community than to come here and try and, create these long form pieces of content. It just wasn't gonna work out. And back to what I was saying about Anne and stuff, like, I feel like with every new phase in her life, there comes these new challenges, and where she is now as a 5-year-old, and because she's so tall and people just expect her to be like this fully developed, neurotypical kid, And, you know, looking at her, you can't tell she has autism. So we've been experiencing some very tough times in public. I'm gonna tell you guys a story of something that happened when we were coming back from Anne's birthday trip. If you haven't seen those vlogs, I did give you guys all the details of her birthday trip. I'll link them, you can check them out. But on the flight back home, okay, Anne was being very disruptive on the plane, just in the sense of being really restless and not wanting to sit still. So she was kicking the chair in front of us a lot. And I really didn't realize she was kicking it so much because I'm sitting beside her. You know, I had her by the window and I had my mom by the aisle. So I was in the middle. So I ended up falling asleep for a second. And when I woke up, I heard Anne like kind of laughing and kind of like making loud noises. So I woke up, and girl, when I opened my eyes, the woman that was sitting in front of Anne was standing up on her feet, honey, leaning over her chair, like the headrest of her chair, like giving Anne the evil eyes, honey. And the first thing I saw when I opened my eyes was Anne laughing, and then I looked over and saw this woman leaning over her headrest, and she was like, "It's not funny." And I'm like, whoa, 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 sis, calm down, what's going on, okay? And she's like, she's kicking my chair and all this stuff. And I was like, you know, the first thing I did, because the first instinct was to apologize for it, right? First, let's apologize, get that out of the way. And then if we need to take it to level 2, we can take it to level 2. But let's get the apology out of the way so I can do the right thing, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry about that. You know, she doesn't know what she's doing. And then the woman immediately, like, jolted her body around so she could sit down, you know, that passive aggression, you know, she's got to sit down all hard. You know, she needs to let me know she's having a problem. I'm still looking at her through the crack like, what? And then she told the woman next to her, she's bored, talking about my daughter. And I leaned forward. I leaned forward and I was like, oh, what did you say? And then she repeated herself and I said, no, she's not bored. She has autism. And, you know, when you say that to people, if they have any kind of sense in their head, they kind of, reality check for them, right? So she immediately, I could tell she reacted, she knew what autism was, and she was like, oh, you know, and she was still upset, right? Because however long Anne was kicking her chair, she was still very upset. But when I told her that, it kind of like brought things to a head. So I look over at my mom, who was also asleep, and she had waken up because she heard me speaking. And my mom was like, what did she say? You know. So I had to explain to her what happened, and my mom was so frustrated and annoyed, and to this day we have conversations about that. But y'all, stuff like that has been happening. Like, you know, people look at Anne and they, you know, when she was little, it was adorable. You know, when people call her name or say something to her and she would not respond, it would be like, oh, that little girl is in her own world. But nowadays, you know, her almost being, you know, 4 feet tall, she does that and people look at her and they go, little girl, do you hear me talking to you? You know, and stuff like that. And it's just so difficult. It's almost like you need to have a sign on your kid that says, my child has autism. They're not misbehaving. They're not trying to make fun of you. They're not trying to purposely piss you off and laugh about it. They have a intellectual disability. It's really been hard, y'all. And I don't want to walk around every day cursing people out. I don't want to have to fight every time we're out and someone misunderstands Anne, because I need to be an example for her and I need to have my headspace in the right place. So I'm not gonna walk around with anger all the time, but I do have to protect my child and I do have to advocate for her. She can't speak up for herself. And it makes me have so much fear, because I'm like, what about the moments when I'm not there? You know, what about, you know, whatever, and I'm always there. So I'm trying to think of instances where I wouldn't be, like if I'm not paying attention, you know, if we're in the grocery store and she's sitting in the cart and I'm, you know, getting some cereal from the bottom shelf and someone is interacting with her or flashing her an evil look because they don't like what she's doing, you know. These things are hard. These things are hard. And so that's been some of the stuff we've been dealing with, you know, as Anne is getting older. And I'm just like, what do we do? How do we, what's the plan? You know, like, what is the strategy to put in place for this? And so I've just been kind of dealing with it at the micro level. You know, I see something, I get in there and I address it, but I don't know if that's sustainable, you guys. Like, I don't know if, you know, as she gets older, what about when she's, you know, 5 feet tall and she's, you know, 12 years old and people are expecting, you know, 12-year-old things from her and she's not able to deliver on that? You know, what do we do? So, y'all, it's been crazy. But definitely stay tuned for more content around my autism mom journey, because I have to collect this information and share it with you guys, because I know someone else out there is going through the same thing. So I'm reaching back, you know, into my community, you guys, for support in this, and you know, I want to uplift you guys, but I also want you guys to feel free to uplift me, because yeah, it's been very hard. So yeah, I'm very excited for Vlogmas, y'all. It's coming up. In fact, actually, this is the last video you guys will see before we start Vlogmas. So I am so excited about Vlogmas this year. Honestly, I talked with my husband about it and he's excited. He probably won't be in a ton of content, but for the content that he is going to be able to appear in, he said y'all better get ready for him because he is going to be bringing it. Girl, I don't know what that means, but we gonna see. And you know, I'm just really, you know, feeling this holiday spirit this year. I'm really getting into the family vibes, y'all. I had a great Thanksgiving. It was so amazing. That vlog is going to be coming, I think, next. That'll be the next vlog you guys see, my Thanksgiving. It was so great. I spent it with my dad's side and my husband's side, his mom and his dad's side. Unfortunately, my mom was not able to attend, and you guys will see that I talk a little bit about it in the vlog, but it's been some slight drama in the family since their divorce, and actually before, but I ain't gonna tell my family business, but you know how stuff is. So I did get to spend Thanksgiving with my dad and my dad's side of the family, and that's the Turnt side, and we had a great time. Yeah, so that's pretty much been what has been going on in my life, but overall, you guys, I am good. I am strong. I will fight through it. Listen, okay? And don't worry about me like ghosting here on YouTube. If I ever decide I don't want to do YouTube again, believe me, I will let you guys know, like, plain and simple. Like, I won't string you guys along and have you thinking this or that. If I plan to make some kind of exit, you know, you guys will be fully aware of it. And, you know, to be honest, I'll probably always exist on social media to some degree, whether I'm doing videos or if I'm on Instagram or Facebook. I will always do this because you guys are like my friends, okay? You guys have known me for a long time, even the newbies here. Like, we have a connection, all right? You guys are moms, wives, homeowners, women, okay? And I have established that connection with you all in that community, and I will never just walk away from that. Whether I'm doing YouTube to get paid for it or whether I'm doing it just for fun, like the good old days, you know? We will always have this community, and I will never just ghost on y'all. But I do appreciate you guys giving me the space to retreat and regroup and focus on the things here in my household that really matter, because that's the only way I'm able to bring you guys authentically happy and joyful content. I don't want to come on here faking. I refuse to come on here faking. If I don't feel good mentally, I'm not gonna come on here at all, y'all. Like, I'm not gonna fake it. So I appreciate you guys giving me the time to fix and work on myself, so that I can come here and pour into you guys and also receive the pouring in too from y'all. And I love you guys so much. All right, we're gonna wrap this video up and we're gonna get ready for Vlogmas. Are y'all ready? Today I'm actually going to be decorating my house for Christmas and filming my Vlogmas intro and all that stuff, so I'm so excited. So I will see y'all on December 1st and we're gonna get Vlogmas kicked off. All right, love you guys so much. Mwah! Bye.